Scorpio, something is feeling off when it comes to a connection, but you're not saying anything just yet. So let's see exactly what's feeling so off about the connection, as well as what the future can hold for it. This is going to be for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Venus. Go ahead and like, follow, and share this with another Scorpio. Also, just know, guys, that I'm now on Facebook and IG, so make sure y'all look for the blue check marks. If they don't got a blue check mark, they a scam. They just be scamming out there. But let's talk about what's on this table, okay? That's why we talking. So what I have here is the Devil's card, the King of Swords, and the Three of Swords. So what this is showing me is what you're kind of realizing is that there is a disappointment that's coming up in this connection, okay? There's a disappointment about where you guys are headed, about the potential of this connection, or maybe they kind of showed you a part of themselves that you're like, damn, that's triggering some old wounds. Damn, you're making me feel like I'm not worthy. You're making me feel as though you're not fully invested. You're making me feel as though I can no longer trust you. And so with this, it's going to be kind of a big disappointment that's coming up right now that you're kind of figure out, can I continue on with this connection or can I not? And with this, it's actually triggering you with old patterns that you're now seeing again. Maybe you have been lusting after this person and now, you know, you're after the lust, but now that you see them for they are, you're like, oh, I don't know if I like that person. Or maybe for some of you guys, the pattern is like really falling for people that are not really ready to show you their full self or something of that sort. There's like this essence that there's a repeated cycle that keeps happening over and over again for you when it comes to love. And it's telling you that it's time to identify that. And that's why it's kind of, you know, shining light right now. It's like, hello, because it's time for you to realize that this is a pattern, that you're receiving love the way that you don't want to. So why are you doing that? That's what I'm saying. It's like a certain cycle that keeps going over and over again. And so with this, you get to decide when you're ready to release yourself from this connection or release yourself more from this pattern, deciding that I no longer want to move forward in that way. And instead, I'm going to put up new guardrails or new boundaries, or I'm going to start to heal certain aspects of myself. But nonetheless, you're starting to realize that this connection may be falling for or making you notice that this is a repeat. You know, this keeps happening to you over and over again. And so with this, now you're really stepping into your King of Swords energy because you're deciding at this time, is it even worth me talking about it or should I just cut this shit off? That's what the King of Swords is all about. He's very much meticulous of how he spends his energy, very much meticulous of who he gives his heart to and who he lets into his aura. He's been through a lot. He's gained so much wisdom. And so with this, he'll cut someone out of his life if necessary. Okay. That's probably why you haven't talked yet, because you're like, let me still feel this out. Let me still see if it's just me or is it something that they're triggering? Can I continue to build a life with this person if they're not really invested the way I need to invest, if they're not really healthy for me? And so this is why you're now kind of looking at them and you're taking your time, you're taking a step back because you're like, go ahead, keep doing what you're doing. Go ahead, show me more because I need to see, is this really worth it? Are you really like someone that I can have in my life, or is this something that's going to really hinder me overall? And so that is really what you're realizing right now about this connection. And I think it all came from some type of disappointment. Maybe they cheated. Maybe they didn't show up the way they're supposed to show up. Take it how it resonates for you, but this disappointment really allows you to see more about if this is a right connection and alignment for you. Now, let's see what the future can hold for this connection nonetheless. So this is already resonating for you, Scorpio. Go ahead and like, follow, and share this with another Scorpio. Of course, guys, make sure you follow here so you can get part 2 as well. But let's talk a little bit more about what's coming out on this table here. So what I show here is the Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the Sun card. So what this really shows me here is that over time, this is going to really weigh on you, okay? If you decide to stay in this connection, it's going to weigh on you. You're going to feel like you're doing a lot for this connection to keep it going. Maybe you're going to just say, okay, well, I'm going to delete that red flag and I'm just going to keep going. Okay, we can pretend like that never happened. We're just going to keep going. Or some of you are going to feel as though like you're doing so much to prove that you're worthy of their time, worth their energy. It's this essence of like there's a lot on you in this connection. It almost becomes like too much to bear where you're like, can I keep going? Can I continue to do this if this person isn't reciprocating the love? If this person isn't giving me reassurance to alleviate the stress? If this person isn't doing what I need to like help me out in regards to like matching my energy, then maybe this isn't the right connection for me. And so with that, it's going to come a time where this person's going to come out as this Knight of Cups, where you're going to start to realize that things that they were saying just doesn't match out to their actions. They had this vision of love, they had this vision of the future, but in reality, it just isn't matching of what really be of this connection of like the reality of, can I get over the past pain? Can I overcome the things that you've said? Can I overcome feeling as though I'm in this alone? Can I overcome all of this? And so with that, you're going to see that maybe this person isn't ready to fully commit in this connection as you first thought when you guys first started to build the connection. You're starting to realize more and more that they were kind of just a figment of your imagination of like the potential of what they could be. But in reality, they're not showing up the way they need to. They're showing up as this Knight of Cups, and they're showing up as if they're not ready for all that it takes to be in a connection. And so with that, you start to reflect to figure out, is this really right for me? Is this what I want? And so for some of you, you're going to decide to stay in this connection and just continue to see how this can flourish or not. And some of you are going to decide that, no, I don't know if I want to continue this. I might need to drop all these swords, or excuse me, all these wands from the 10 of Wands and decide to feel alleviated and move along my road alone. And so with that, it's up to you to make this decision. But either way, it's going to bring you an excitement of what's ahead, the adventure of love and what it could bring you and what the lessons are going to come with that as well here too. And so either way, you get to decide how your journey is going to be and which direction you can take, but it's always going to lead you to the Sun card. It's going to lead you from feeling like you're in the dark, feeling like you don't know who you're with, feeling as though your voice isn't being heard, you're not being seen, and you're now going to feel like if you decide to stay, you guys are going to work through it, talk through and things of that sort. And it's going to feel as though you guys can be vulnerable again, that you guys can like really radiate together. You guys can pour into each other again, and the dark days are over. And now you're able to really see a beautiful light forward together. And for those of you that decide like, no, I don't want to continue in this type of connection, then for you, you're going to go and move forward in a direction where you're going to feel as though the dark days are over, where you're no longer feeling boggled down by someone that's not reciprocating the love. And now you're going to move forward in this excitement towards life, this thirst towards life, feeling as though the universe has your back and pushing you forward to what's really aligned to you. And so you feel as though the universe is supporting you, it's nurturing you, it's loving on you to allow you to really shine bright and radiate and bring in the right type of love. So either way, once you decide to either have the conversation, the tough conversation that needs to be had in this connection, in whichever direction you take, it's going to lead you to feeling like you're finally where you need to be at. It's going to lead you to feeling like the sun is finally shining upon you. You can really live the life that's really aligned to you. And so that is what I'm showing for you, Scorpio. I do want to leave you off with an angel number and a yes/no question. So with that, you think of your yes/no question. I'll get out the angel number here. But what angel number can you provide to our excuse me, those are too many cards for our Scorpios. So what I have here for you is 888, which is abundance. And in that it says, blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your highest self, you attract all that you were once seeking. Giving is always the door to success. So let me know if you've been seeing 888, but let me leave you off with a yes/no question. So with that, hi, Spirit. Thank you so much for always being here. As you know, Scorpio has a question. What is the answer to their question? That's a no, y'all. That's a no. Thank you so much, Spirit. Appreciate that. And can you double confirm that for our Scorpios, the answer? Y'all, that's still a no. It's a no. So that is what I have for all of you. Hopefully that resonates and gives you a bit of clarity moving forward. If it does, make sure you like, follow, and share this with another Scorpio. And of course, know I'm on Facebook and IG, so look for the blue check marks. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.